Happy Sabbath, everybody. Everybody, happy Sabbath. It's a new day, right? It's another Sabbath morning, and I am here to just say, welcome, welcome, welcome. It says, Holy Day, Jehovah's rest of creation's week, the best. Last of all, the chosen seven. Blessed of God to man it was given. And sometimes you grow up with so much, and I always say to us that make sure that we know some things ourselves, that we're reading for ourselves. This is the age when the Bible is not even just in a written form, but it's now out there on the web. Full Bible, you can listen to it as an audio piece, or you can read it as you go along. And when we read, let us ask God to open our dark understanding so that we're understanding things ourselves. Years ago, you go to church and the word was delivered by people who really didn't understand a lot of things. They had no experiences. They had no, they just listen to other people to disperse what they disperse to us. But today we can read, guys, and understand things and dig deeper into things. And there's some things that we're told that it's not necessary, so just leave it alone. But let us remember, because I got up, I haven't had breakfast or anything yet. I just got up and decided to just pull something on and come do this video, because I was looking at the comments on the videos I did last week, and somebody wanted to know about code yellow. Wait a minute, code yellow? Am I wearing yellow for that? No, and I wanted to explain the code yellow, but I also wanted to share my walk home yesterday. And so as I decided to do that, I said, let me wish everyone who celebrate their rest day on Saturday today that you will have a peaceful and a restful moment. Let us remember that the Sabbath was not made for man, right? The Sabbath is supposed to be a blessing. If we go back to Isaiah chapter 58 and verse 13, where he tells us that the Sabbath is a delight. So it's not supposed to be a burden, guys. Some of us were breaking our necks on Friday evening. Oh, the sun is setting. I can't talk to you. I can't do this. I can't talk on the phone. It's not supposed to be so, guys. Your life shouldn't just one day. It takes this huge, unnecessary turn. Let us understand that we can still laugh. We cannot go behind closed doors like the Pharisees used to. Like the Pharisees was only sitting there looking for reasons to tell people what they weren't doing right, to look at people who observe the Sabbath to say, oh, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. Cut it out. Don't let the Sabbath become a burden. Don't let it become a burden. Christ leave the example first when he walked through the cornfields, right? It was on the Sabbath day. The corns were ready. The disciples were hungry, and they ate. And so it's interesting how we as a people, we embrace this form of religion, but we're not reading for ourselves. We just go in and we sit and, the pastor says we shouldn't. No, read the Bible for yourself and let God guide you. Don't sit and talk about what people say. You read for yourselves and you go. Because when the Holy Spirit is with you, it guides you into the right ways. So it's just for us to follow and to not make everything become what somebody else tells us. And we hold it as gospel truth. And we punish other people who are not doing what you do or how you do it. But let us remember that God is a God of love. He's not a God of hate. He's a God of love. And he makes it possible that when the imperfect, we are mortals, right? We are susceptible to making mistakes, but he makes it possible that when these things happen, that we can come to him, the immortal being, and he will continue to guide us. So, holy day indeed, Jehovah's rest. But it should not be a burden, guys. If you need to eat something, doesn't mean you shouldn't get up and make some tea and drink it. Stop acting like the Sabbath is a punishment. And those of you on the outside watching people and talking the garbage you talk, cut it out. Let's learn to speak good words, positive words, uplifting words. Let us not watch and condemn. One of my one of my friends, he rightly says, oh my God, why am I forgetting the words you used? But one of them become our judge. Some people are judges and some people are lawyers, right? So when you want to make it whatever to satisfy your situation, then you're a lawyer. You're explaining all the reasons why. But when it's different, we cannot embrace it. We become judges and we put people down and we say all kind of garbage. So let's talk less and do more. Let's talk less and do more. Let's learn to ignore things that doesn't even make sense. Because at the end of the day, we say things that sometimes we can't even prove as true, but we run with it. And we hurt people's feelings and we allow other people to hate people without even understanding the truth about anything. So let's talk less, let's encourage more, let's do more, and let's go forth in peace and unity and love. Love is so easy because when you love and you're friendly, you don't have to be walking around, looking over your back, watching out so that you and the person doesn't meet. You see the person across the street, you turn the other way because you're afraid to meet with them or you're afraid to. But when you're friendly and you are honest and you are, I won't say fair, but you're reasonable, because we don't know what fear is, right? I could have $2 and I say, all right, here's one for you and I'll keep one, and people still say, oh, you're not fair because I needed $150 to do something and you don't even need it. And so we don't even know what fairness is. But people can be reasonable. And so in being reasonable, we are splitting differences and we are moving forward. All right? So enjoy your day, guys. Enjoy your day with your families. Sing and laugh and clap your hands. There's nothing wrong with it. The Bible says make a joyful noise unto him. For so many years you sit in church on Sabbath and it's so quiet. And yes, it seems reverent. But God says make a joyful noise to him. All ye lands. It didn't says some of you. It says all ye lands. Come before his presence with thanksgiving and into his courts with praise. Be thankful unto him and bless his name. For the God is good and his mercies endureth to all generations. Not to some, but to all of us. Today I want to thank you guys for supporting this channel. I remember when I started out, I never dreamed I could have gotten this far in this channel. And nothing is, I remember when I started out and I didn't understand the whole concept of it. I watched Maurice Kingpin driving through Jamaica. I watched Fire Reed driving through St. Elizabeth. And with the other channels that I watched that encouraged and guided. And, there were times when people would say, oh, you have to have one topic that you focus on and da 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 da. And I got on and I realized that some days you have no content if you're only focusing on that one thing. And so in my confusion and in my simple form, because a lot of people would think because you have degrees or whatever, there are things that you still don't know. And every person is educated in their field of knowledge, right? coming on YouTube, who knows? So some people can stay in the one mode and they can find content to drop every week or every day or every whenever, because they'll go to the Dollar Tree and they buy stuff that they don't even need just to promote that kind of a content. But then for poor me as an educator, as a mother, I do t-shirt, an entrepreneur, I do all these different things. I'm on my weight loss journey. I'm doing all of these. I also became a grandmother. All of that happened during COVID and after. So there were different things that interested me, and so I just go and I do. And I hope that one day the channel will reach as many. Right now we have 161,000 who visited the channel, and it's 2 years. So we have hope, and we'll go forth, and I'll do the best I can do with what I have and what I know. Right? So I call it the one-stop shop, people. It's just a little bit of everything. A little bit of everything. And so if you go there, you'll hear me doing Louise Bennett poems. You'll hear me doing Maya Angelou, Langston Hughes. You'll hear me do some poetry. Because for me, as a teacher who used to teach language arts, when I taught 6th grade Common Branch, I taught all subjects. And so I had to integrate a lot of good literature into what I did. And I love poetry. I like to see my kids get out there and put meaning into the words of those poets. And I liked when they would get on stage and I would teach them Jamaican folklore songs, and they would get on stage and get out there and just do their thing, you know. Day, oh, daylight come and me want go home. And they get up into their little cut-off pants and their bananas and their straw hats, and they get out there and 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot bunch. And them stack them banana till morning come. So I like that kind of a thing. I'm older now, but those were the things I did. I was so, you know, I was very creative in the field of language, with the writing and the reading and the understanding what is read. So those are things, guys. So you go to my channel. I'm not out there like that anymore, like the drama and the acting and all of that. But I do, if I have to work with children, I do know enough to encourage them and promote their creative side. There's some crocheting, there's some cooking, there's some dancing, there's some walking. You know, there's a little bit of everything on my channel. So my channel is not geared to just one set of people to just listen. There's things there that you can find. So go back into them, guys. It's over 500 videos. Spend a night of binge watching and just give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment if you need to. I will respond. So somebody asked from the video yesterday, I think it was, or the day before, about code yellow. Because during the video, a code yellow came through. Code yellow is just a means of alerting teachers to keep the kids in the classroom. Teaching continues, but the doors are closed and no one is allowed in the hallways. A code yellow means that a child might be sick, or there's somebody in the hallways outside of an enclosed space, or even if they're in the nurse's office, the ambulance is coming to take that person to the hospital. So a code yellow means that they need privacy. They don't need people crowding spaces, or, you know, sometimes kids can be mean-spirited. They see someone in distress and they still find it funny, and they find a way to put people down, because not all children are nice, and even if they have goodness in them, some of them, they tend to ignore the goodness and they let the ugly part take over. So that's a code yellow. Code yellow means close the doors, clear the hallways. Kids shouldn't be going to the bathroom then. Adults shouldn't be up and about in the hallways. If you were in transition, could finish your transition, but get into a room and stay there until the all clear is announced. I hope I made that clear for that person who wants to know. I like people who wants to know. So you'll hear me sitting at my desk sometimes doing my videos, guys. When I'm at my desk doing videos, it means that I got to school on time. Like, I got to school with some time to spare. And the kids will start coming in, but they're not, many kids come in at the time. I never do a video with my kids sitting waiting for me to teach. My videos are done. In the mornings you get in, kids do go to their lockers, they go to get their breakfast, then they come to homeroom, and then they move on to the other classes that they have first in the mornings. So don't ever think that I'm sitting there doing videos and my kids need me. No, I come in, and if you see the Martin Luther King behind my videos, it means it was done at my desk. If you see my classroom, it means that I am in the room, but I'm not teaching. I am not engaged at the moment. So please understand that. I don't want people to sit and say, oh, she's doing videos at school. People do videos at school because a lot of teachers videotape their lessons that they teach and they post it. There's no crime. A lot of times you're talking with kids, you're engaging with kids, and it's good engagement. And so we'd like to showcase it, that kids are not all bad. I never see kids as being bad. I see them as young adventurers. They're exploring, they're learning about what's going on around them as they get ready to become teenagers and then to become adults. So we encourage it, we keep them on the right track, and we hope for the best. Finally, let me say this, that yesterday I walked home. So for the past weeks and months, we've been having the bad weather. We've been having very cold weather. And in between, we have some very good days, meaning that they were not freezing cold. We didn't have a lot of snow, but it's winter. So the air is raw, it's colder. Sometimes with a little bit of wind, it is so biting. So I didn't walk home in those kind of weather. I know people do, and people would say, oh, it's okay to walk in the cold, but for me, no, I don't like it. I don't want, sometimes water is settled and you might think it's just water, but if it's cold enough, it's going to be frozen. So I don't want to get into that kind of contact in my walks, and then I have to step on something I don't want to step on, and then I fall. I am so afraid of falling. But yesterday we had 50 degrees, and it was so funny how the God I serve works. I have a young lady, awesome young lady, who donated to the soup kitchen so beautifully, in a good way. She and her husband. Doesn't want me to call their names, but Miss M, I'm talking about you. And she always drops me home in the evenings. Again, I'm only, like in driving, I'm not sure I'm even 5 minutes from the school. I'm right there, 8 minutes of walking. And so yesterday we had Fun Day Friday for the kids, and all up in the gym. They got the gym to just go freely. So when we were finished, I went downstairs. We got the kids dismissed, and I went downstairs, and I am at my desk. I'm getting ready to leave, waiting for her to come because she was in school, so I was waiting for her to come. And as I waited, I saw on my phone that she called me, and she said that the program that she does a program where she teaches kids how to sew in the evenings, And she said they need her because some of the people were out. So they need her to help with the kids who were there yesterday. But she said to me that she told this other friend who she works in the 6th grade too, to give me a ride home, right? So we're there. So she asked me if I saw her, if she called me. I says no, but I'm here. And then my bladder felt full, and I said, you know what? Let me just go to the bathroom and empty my bladder and come back. So I went and I came back, and I'm still waiting, and it's getting a little late. And I said, usually she wouldn't have been this late if she knows she's the one who's going to just drop me off and keep going. So I texted her, I didn't hear from her, and I texted my friend, and she said, she didn't reach to you, can you call her? I says, no, I texted and she didn't call. So I just said to her, I said, she said, but I told her, and she said yes. And so I feel so bad. I said, don't feel bad. Because I had options. I could get an Uber or I could walk home. I didn't think of the Uber at the time, but because I have my pulley, I don't carry heavy things on my shoulders. I had my pulley, and I just got my books to do my lessons for the week and put them in my book bag and just started walking. And so when she called me back, my friend called me back, she says, when she called the other lady, the lady is all the way down going on her way home, which is fine. So I told her, don't worry about it, I'm walking. Oh my God, she says, no, I'm so sorry. I said, don't be sorry. And man, I walked, and believe me, guys, it was so refreshingly good because the air wasn't crispy cold. There was a chill, but it wasn't cold. And believe me, I walked out of my school and I made the turn and I walked. And it was just a burst of goodness and it's like with so much of the weight gone, I mean, it's not a lot of weight, but with so much of it gone, I was able to just walk. The only time I stopped was just to cross the street. And I didn't even stop at the stoplight and press the button and wait for me to cross. I crossed from my school, and then I walked until like I was midway right in front of my street to walk down. And I just waited for like 2 cars. And I crossed over and I just kept walking. So to God be the glory, guys. Just keep moving, keep dancing, keep stretching, keep doing what you do. Keep an open mind so you're not pressed down with stresses and unnecessaries, things that you cannot change. As I say, put them in the hands of that man who stills the waters and calms the seas. He's still working for us today. So I walked home and it was so good. It was so encouraging. It was good. And so, you look back at the days when you'd walk a little and you're huffing and you're puffing. And then my husband had bought a truck. So that truck took up so much space in the backyard. So I went out a few times and did my back and forth, but it's not as fun as it is. It's not exciting as it always was because the big truck parks where I would come down and walk around, it parks on that side. So it blocks me. Then he comes in with his truck and he parks in the drive, in the way. So for me to have a nice free-flowing walk, it wasn't so. I had to kind of scoot over on the grass, and then I go up when my truck is parked off the drive. So my truck is parked next to the cooling system there. So that didn't bother anything, but the big truck took a lot of space. But thank God somebody bought it. So now I'm going to be having my space back to walk again. And so God is good. I mean, little things that happens in life and you don't even notice it, but it does do changes for you, and it's meant for good. And so I'm thankful. I'm so thankful. My brother says, when you talk in the camera, you need to look in the camera. But I talk with my hands. I talk with my hands, And so sometimes I'm not, I'm talking as if I'm talking to somebody, and we're just having a good conversation, and so my eyes dart around. But guys, I'm here, and I could see, you could see me, and so enjoy the videos, guys. Share the videos. Leave me a kind comment, and just let's continue supporting, encouraging. This video is longer than I thought, but it's 3 topics in it, guys. I wanted to wish you a happy Sabbath. I wanted to talk about Code Yellow. And I also wanted to tell you that I walked home yesterday. So that's just the start of the things to come back. So whatever you do, remember to dance, dance, dance all you want. It does move you, and it does raise the heart rate, and it does put you in a better space. Don't you ever sit doing nothing. A lot of anger and frustration, especially when it comes to relationships, is when we sit and we have nothing to do. When we have nothing to do, then all sorts of things goes through the mind. When we are active, when we are keeping busy, then you know what? Sometimes people say something to us, and in the moment you didn't even hear what was said. You didn't even, it was just said, and it's a light thing, and you keep going. But let me tell you what happens when you have too much time on your hand. All of a sudden, your mind takes you back to that conversation. All of a sudden, the word that was spoken, that didn't even matter at the moment, becomes something to analyze. And then you start putting things where things shouldn't be. And I'm telling you from experience. This story is from experience. Because sometimes simple things, and then all of a sudden you stop and you, wait a minute. Did she just say this? Did he just? And so then it becomes a big whirlwind. Because why would he ever say that? Why did she say that? Instead of just leaving it alone. But when you keep your minds busy, when you sing, when you dance, when you crochet something, when you just find things to do. And those things help to appreciate more. Because if you're not busy dissecting and analyzing and bringing up old things to connect with that little piece of nothing, then you know what, guys, your lives are much, much better. Many marriages where wives are sitting home, have so much time on their hands, every little thing become a problem. When you go out, you work, you come in, you're too tired to think. And when you get up in the summertime, we are off and have so much time. But you dance and you go do something. You get something done. Start a YouTube channel. Read poems if you want to. Read a Bible verse a day to uplift somebody. Start a channel, guys. Eventually, it might reach a point, or it will reach a point where you might be able, because there are people out there who are looking for all sorts of things. They're looking for all kinds of upliftment and reminders. They're looking for all kinds of support. They're looking for all sorts of laughter and to connect to something. They're looking for all sorts of reassurance and empowerment. So pick up your cameras, guys, and put something out there for someone. A poem a day. Something that somebody can feel that, you know what, life is not so bad after all. So go do it, guys. That's your job. Go do it. Talk to me. It's so windy outside. I'm just looking. It's windy today. But I am thankful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for all of you who have been supporting, continue to support. I appreciate all of you who sometimes when the way you appreciate the work I do, you humble me. Because I have to be reminded that not I, but Christ in every word and action. It's not me, guys. It's just the Holy Spirit that speaks in me and through me. And so I thank all of you who take the time. I have a friend who works work so hard. I feel so bad sometimes, so tired. I said, how is the weather here? The weather is windy today. It's not freezing cold. It's 51 degrees, but it's very windy outside. I just had a notification where he's asking, how is the weather there? But he works so hard. But you know, I appreciate when he takes the time, to watch a video. Sometimes he's watching 5 videos. Thank God my videos are not so long and, you know, they're short. But he'll watch them and he'll comment, and I so appreciate it because many don't. So I thank him. I thank you, Maurice, wherever you are, for taking the time, you know, sometimes for the whole week, you know, but then he'll find some time on a Saturday or Sunday and he watches all of them and he comments, and I appreciate it. And as I said to people, it's not about the amount of money people spend on gifts to give to you. It's the thought and the care and the little, no matter how it might seem little to them, but to you it's a big gift. If we learn how to appreciate, because a lot of us, if people are not buying things and handing to us, we want diamonds and pearls, and we want big things that we never use. But let us remember that the time and the care that people give to us, it counts for something. And believe me, there's no price. They're priceless. You might buy a string of pearls for $500, for $1,500. But what is a string of pearls if you can't reach back and hook it on your neck? What is the use of a string of pearls if you have to be always, you can't wear it every day because if water wets it, it's going to strip or something? What's the use of stuff that is going to make work for you? When people say positive words, it encourages you. And you're cooking and you're cleaning or you're doing something, and it resonates in you. And it makes you feel like, really, that's how they feel about me. Let me do more of that. Let me do more good deeds because people do appreciate it. Let me say more kind words because it means a lot to somebody. It changes their day. It gives them some hope. It lifts their spirit. It encourages them to do more. So guys, again, it's not the monetary value of things. It's the thought you put in there, and it's how we appreciate them. Happy Sabbath, everybody. Happy Sabbath. Be good to yourselves. Share the videos. Like the videos. The soup kitchen is still up and running, as I said. 1 barrel is ready to be picked up. We have taken care of that. I was hoping all of the barrels would have got there on time, in the same time, because they were shipped the same day. I shipped from here where I am, and the Miss Ruby shipped from New York, and so we were hoping that they would have been in Montego Bay at the same time, so they could make 1 trip to clear everything and just get out of there. Unfortunately, when I spoke to the people last week, it wasn't so. I'm hoping that stuff changed over since I spoke to them on Thursday. I hope that on Friday they found the other 2 barrels and the bicycle. But it's what it is, guys. We do the best we can, though we keep on moving. All right? But remember the soup kitchen, guys. The GoFundMe page is still there. Find the link, guys. It's in one of the videos. I'm going to put it in this video link today. And go over there. Donate $5, $10, $100, $500. Go donate, guys. Help us feed those people in Jamaica. It's not for me. It's to feed the people in Jamaica. So I'm doing the best that I can do. We have to buy the cylinder of gas. I was so naive to the fact that a 25-pound cylinder of gas a cylinder of gas only lasts for 2 or 3 weeks. I didn't know that. And so that's $50 that I send separately along with the $300 I donate for the soup kitchen. So that's, it's not every 2 weeks I would send the 50, but at least it's added to the month's money. So I have to up it to $3.50 to make sure that gas is there to cook the food, and then for the funds to be there to buy the food. So support where you can. Shadina, thank you so much. And you did give me the landlady's name. I want to give you a shout out, but I'm going to do a special video, and I'm also going to again thank all of you who have donated. AG, Miss Ruby, Maurice, my sister, my brother, my son, so many of you, Miss Sarah, so many of you who donated, my sisters, people at her job, Gustavo, oh my God, I forgot the other one, but I have them all written down, guys, and I will give a shout out to all of you who have. I know one of my friends, she called me, Miss Clark, she called me, she said she's going to donate. Miss Benjamin, thank you, guys. All of you who have donated. Again, Mrs. M and your husband who donated. And even when I was giving her gas and dropped me home in the evening, she says, nope, add it to the soup kitchen money. So they donated $150. So all of you donated, guys. All of you who have donated. My aunt who gave the $70,000 towards the soup kitchen, because it's because of the soup kitchen why Bev Brown is getting her kitchen. So again, it's any donations, we have to say that it's the soup kitchen, because if she hadn't invested her time to do this, then I wouldn't have known the other things that needed to be done for her. And so to give her a comfortable place to cook the meals, a comfortable place to store the goods, then all of this. So it all ties in. And again, soon she'll be building. Everything has been bought. She's also getting a bathroom, and all of that is being taken care of. Everything is done. The steel, the cement, the sand, the blocks, the face basin, the toilet bowl and tank, the kitchen sink, everything, guys. The Solitex, the zinc, the nails, everything has been provided. And I say thank you to those of you who have supported and encouraged, and it's because of you where we have this MVP family. And I love my family. All of you, my sisters, my brothers, my friends, thank you so much for prayers. I hope if I forgot a name, please don't hold me. I'm just going off the list as it comes in my head. And so that's what that is. My husband also donated to the soup kitchen. He did donate $50 to the soup kitchen. Thank you. Oh my God, I don't want to forget. But Shadina, I'm gonna give a special shout out to you, my niece, who donated the $50 from you and your landlord. I am sorry, I don't remember her name, but I know that I'm not sitting at my desk because I did write it down. But I will do another thing where I make sure she knows that what she gave to you did come to the GoFundMe. So my people, listen, we start with one block and maybe we get to two. But listen, if we keep going one at a time, you'll be surprised to see the foundation we can lay. So I'm grateful this morning. I'm thankful. I'm here to live to see another Sabbath morning. I'm here to see the beautiful sunshine outside. I'm here to receive text messages from 7 o'clock this morning from people who care. I am here, and I thank you all for all that you have done through this channel. And remember, guys, Trending Live TV, thank you so much. You always take my videos and you share them out, so that we have grown now to 2,030 subscribers. Sometimes I don't want to say the numbers because you see, like, 2030, and then sometimes you go back and you look and somebody decide to not subscribe anymore. And it's okay, it's life, we don't hold anyone, but just keep supporting, guys, and show the love and in whatever way you can. I do appreciate it. As an educator, I work every day with children, and you have to go out there motivated yourself. You cannot go in with the stresses. You cannot go in with the baggage, because the children are coming looking to you for so much. So when I drop a little video and I see that you're commenting and you're liking the video, sometimes I look at the video for like hours, only 9 people jumped on and watched, but then I say maybe they're busy. But watch the videos, guys. There's something in there that can encourage and empower. And if not for you, then share it on your WhatsApp page. Somebody will watch it and maybe they will share it. Ask them to share it, because when you press the share, it does give you an opportunity to type something there. So just type to your friends and say, support this lady. She's a teacher. She needs the upliftment. She needs the encouragement. So she watch it, be blessed, and share it. Write a little message to them as you share them out. It's not going to cost you anything, I hope. And as I say, I am doing my part on this side. I do support my students. I do just, God has been good, and he has given me the heart of serving. And so each day I get up and I make sure that somebody is served. So with so much love and kindness and goodness, I just say to you, be thankful for all things. Do not look at what others have and want it and then say, God forgot you. God gives us what he wants us to have, and he places us where he wants us to be. Sometimes it's not the greatest place, but find a way. Sometimes it's the things that we're doing that is creating a harsh space. Sometimes if we do a little bit differently, things might change. And sometimes people cannot be changed. Sometimes we are the ones, we didn't ask God to guide us into things. We just take it upon ourselves, and then it becomes a noose around our necks, and then we start screaming and we start putting down and we start complaining. But sometimes we step into things, and you ever see like sometimes people are guiding us to into a different path, but we're steadfast, stepping into things that we think will change later. It's not going to change. If you go to a rum bar and pick up a husband or a wife, you know that that's what they like and that's where they're going to go back to. If you pick up somebody, you have a lot of women who they want to get married because they want to go to church. That's crap. You don't need to get married to go to church. God says, come as you are. God says, come as you are. If you really want to serve God, you can serve God, and God will make a way to give you whatever else he wants you to have. So we listen to this garbage, and because we want to jump into bed with somebody, we feel like, okay, well then, they want to go to their church, so I have to get married. And they are not marriage material. When you're getting married, you need to look and see what are they bringing to the table. Are they hardworking? Are they kind? Are they going to be encouraging? Or are they just looking for this moment and looking for that ring on the finger? We have to start learning to analyze things and use our God-given talents to learn to look at the big picture. A lot of us just look at this tiny picture. Oh, especially in Jamaica, a lot of people, they're just looking, oh, they're professional. I remember a family who, she would always brag about how professional, I'm a professional, my husband is a professional. And yet their life was crap. And I said, what would you have preferred? To have somebody who was just a carpenter or you call them a peasant or a lowly? But they were loving and kind and was there with you and for you. So let's look at the big picture, guys. It's not just about how they dress up and how they look. Because that same dressing up and how they look going to cost you later. Because if it's all that you saw was that, and you didn't see kindness oozing out, humility oozing out, if you didn't see those qualities, If when your head hurt, they weren't willing to get up and give you a cup of tea or to even sit next to you and massage your temples so you could feel better, understand that what's going to come is what you bought. So you cannot buy evil and then looking for good. If you've got somebody who was into the fix up and pretty up, you're going to have to find the money to pay for it. So let us, when we look, guys, that we ask God to guide. God, I want to do this. I want you to guide me. And believe me, he'll guide you in the right path. You're not going to get perfection, but the most of what you get is going to be fulfilling to the heart. So remember that, guys, that some things we're going to be able to manage, but some things are going to become overwhelming. You see, some husbands, they don't want to go home. They don't want to go home because what's home? What's home? The same person who says, I want to be my church, I want to have no godliness in them. Have none. But sometimes you see some of us, we're getting too old and we think, oh my God, I didn't get married. It's a bad thing. Being single and happy is good. Being married and miserable is worse than a noose around your neck. So look at these things, guys. God give us discerning spirits. Analyze things, and when things come in your faces, don't overlook it because somebody, oh, I'm sorry. That's who they are. It's not, no, I'm sorry about anything. It's who they are. Especially when it keeps happening over and over again. How many times should you say, I'm sorry about something? If you know this hurts me, then you try to avoid it. And so I say to you this Sabbath morning, may God bless you, may he guide your path, and may you remember that in all things, ask him to do the leading for you. And he will lead and direct your path. And believe me, it might get rocky sometimes, but the end of the day it comes out beautifully. And being rocky, I mean sometimes the funds are low, but you stick it out and you still have people who are appreciative and who are thankful and can laugh at situations. And maybe you used to be able to cook your rice and peas and this and that on a Sunday, but it comes down to just dumpling and some ackee of the tree in the back. But you're thankful and your partner is thankful. Nobody's complaining and putting the other one down because they're not bringing enough and they're sick and tired. Nobody's going to get sick and tired. But when the chips are down, they're going to be there right by your side, laughing about the good times and appreciating the bad times, knowing that things will get better. All right? So pick your battles. Pick your battles. Whether you're a teacher, wife, whoever you are, a child, pick your battles. Appreciate. Look for the good. Appreciate it. And flush away the bad. Don't let it become you, but let the good things become you, and know that you will strive for better. Take care, my people. One love, and you'll see me with different ones of these. I saw it. I don't know who it is. It's not great quality. This is of this piece. I know that once I wash them, it's going to be, it's not the greatest vinyl, I think, but it's pretty and I like the uplifting words. So I have the different colors. I did a video in the purple. This is yellow. I think I have a green. I have a pink. I have different ones and they fit nicely. So I like them. So whatever you do, and they have pockets. I like that they have two pockets, two nice big pockets. So whatever you do, guys, find the love, find the thankfulness. I don't know if I can turn this around so you can just see outside is sunny. It's a little windy out there, but outside is sunny today. And so it motivates each time, you know, when it's sunny and nice, you want to get up and you want to just get up and you want to just get out there and move. It's a long video, 49 minutes and counting. But guys, I just needed to talk to us, and I hope that you'll spend the time to watch the video and give a thumbs up leave me a comment, and Miss Bev will definitely respond to it. I know you haven't noticed that I put a little color in the hair. I was trying to embrace my gray hairs, but guys, the gray hairs are so different. They're so different and so hard to tame, and I don't want to put any more chemicals in my hair. I'm thinking maybe I should take off more of the sides and then just braid just the top. I don't know. Right now, I'm just taking it one day at a time, and if I do change something, you'll see it. But you notice that the color, I add a little color on, I think it was Tuesday or Monday, one day. All right. But love yourself, guys. I love me. I appreciate me. I embrace who I am. I'm thankful for all the blessings God bestowed upon myself, my family, and all of those of you around me that his blessings have been extended to. I am grateful for all things. I don't keep things for me only. I want every one of you to be blessed. And so that as you are being blessed, over 2,000 of you, and you send blessings to others, do you know how we could affect a whole community? And so let us go forth and shine the light and live the life that Christ wants us to live. Let us learn to laugh. Laugh out loudly. Don't laugh just with it, but laugh out loudly, because it releases the good morphines and it makes you feel better. So make it a great day by choice, my people. I love you all. I support you all where you are. And I wish God's blessings, that he'll open his windows and pour blessings for you, that he will unlock those closed doors if there is something behind those closed doors that will keep you uplifted and that will be good for you. Sometimes those closed doors needs to stay closed. All right, so go in faith and love.